The corruption in Nigeria cannot be overemphasized. As the day break, every given day in Nigeria, you continue to hear news and you getting information of the high level of corruption in our government parastatal. Here is another revelation from the Senate concerning the CBN as well as the NNPC corruption as well as the money that was printed under the Buhari's led administration, which run into trillions of naira. But these will shock you. But it is good for you to watch this video to the end in order for you to have a better understanding when taking a position in Nigeria in terms of what to do going forward. You should put plus or minus to all of these corruption practices which may affect your businesses or your personal lives going forward in Nigeria. If you have not subscribed, please do it to subscribe to this channel as well as share this video to reach a larger audience.
Oh, this wonderful document that is well worked on. But permit me to say that if one or two things that have been lingering in the finances of the government are rightly and correctly put in place, this document would have been way richer than what it is. Because the government would have so much more than what is being generated today for budgeting against 2025. What I'm trying to say here is, we take like Central Bank of Nigeria. Central Bank of Nigeria, because of the ambiguous or controversial ways and means of 30 trillion as the records have. That ways and means, what happened was that Central Bank took from borrower and gave to borrower. Central Bank at that time, in its books, did not have the liquidity to have borrowed that to the government. So what it did was to debit Consolidated Revenue Funds account and credited the TSA. Consolidated Revenue Funds account belongs to the government. The TSA also belongs to the government. And having done that, it went ahead to securitize the instruments with debt management. And because that instrument has been securitized, as I stand here today, Central Bank from then to now charges Consolidated Revenue Funds with the amount of 650 billion every month. There has been communications between the Public Accounts Committee and Central Bank of Nigeria. The finance team under the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation had met and looked at the document or the communication from the Committee on Public Accounts and drew the attention of Central Bank to do the needful. All efforts to get Central Bank to do this hasn't been in place. You can imagine if the 650 billion, which now has accumulated to over 6 trillion, were to be free for this committee to incorporate it or integrate it into MTF, that means more money for the government. That is one aspect. The other aspect is Federal Inland Revenue Service. In collaboration with NNPCL, petroleum profit tax for a number of years now having been remitted to the right quarters. The committee had written both NNPC and Federal Inland Revenue Service. Federal Inland Revenue Service responded, my distinguished colleagues, This is extremely very important, please. Federal Inland Revenue Service responded with documents that have been typexed and handwritten, acclaimed to be from JP Morgan. This is extremely unacceptable, and all efforts for the needful to be done haven't been achieved. We've done all efforts. That is why Senator Abdul Ningi said what he said.